Let's talk about your AI systems. They are, without a doubt, some of the most powerful and valuable assets your organization has. I mean, they're holding your proprietary models, your most sensitive data, and they have the power to make these huge business decisions. So the big question is, who gets the keys? Who gets to unlock that power? And who should be stopped at the gate? Okay, let's dive into this. And just so you know where all this info is coming from, this explainer is drawn directly from Chapter 4 of a tutorial from Virtualization Options LLC. All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about why AI access is a whole new ballgame. Then we'll get into the 4 cornerstones you need for a secure AI fortress. After that, we'll look at the master key system, how to assign the guards, and finally, how to lock down the main entrance. Sound good? Let's get started. So why can't we just dust off the same old security playbook we've been using for everything else for years? Well, the short answer is AI systems are just a different beast entirely. They bring a level of complexity that our traditional access management tools were, frankly, never designed to handle. And this slide really breaks it down perfectly. You see, traditional systems were built for humans, right? You log in, you have your permissions, and that's about it. But with AI, you've got humans, your data scientists and engineers, and then you have this massive army of automated systems, data pipelines, inference services, you name it. They all need access. We're not talking about a single front door anymore. We're talking about tons of different entry points, APIs, development environments, data feeds, and each one needs its own unique lock and key. It just demands a way more detailed and dynamic security mindset. So, how do we build this fortress? We have to start with a really solid foundation. And that means understanding that AI access isn't just one problem. It's actually a few distinct challenges, and each one needs its own strategy. So let's look at the 4 cornerstones of our security blueprint. And this right here is the core idea. You know, you wouldn't use your house key to start your car, would you? It's the same logic. Trying to apply one single overarching security policy to everything is it's a recipe for disaster. We have to get granular. First up, the workshop. This is the development environment where your data scientists and ML engineers are doing their magic, building and training models. The key here is control. You want to give them the freedom they need to innovate, but it has to be on a project-by-project basis, maybe with time limits and really strict rules on how they handle the data. Second, once that model is actually live in production, it's a completely different situation. Now we're dealing with automated services, the actual apps using the AI, and they could be making thousands, even millions of API calls. So the goal shifts to ensuring everything runs smoothly while using tools like rate limiting and quotas to stop anyone from abusing the system. Third, we've got the high-stakes access. Think of these as the keys to the kingdom. These are for your system admins, the people deploying and managing the entire AI infrastructure. Every single action they take needs to be guarded by the absolute strongest authentication you can get, and everything, I mean everything, needs to be logged. And fourth, an area that honestly gets overlooked way too often, the data pipelines. These are the automated systems that are constantly feeding your AI new information. They need to run without a hitch, of course, but with the absolute minimum privilege they need to do their job. You have to lock these down to prevent things like data poisoning, where an attacker sneaks in bad data to completely throw off your model's results. Okay, so we've mapped out the different areas we need to protect. Now for the fun part. How do we actually build the locks and keys for all of them? Well, this is where a modern authentication architecture comes in. And believe me, it's way more sophisticated than just a username and a password. This is where we get really clever. Instead of just a simple password check, we can use AI to secure AI. Context-aware authentication is constantly looking at things like user behavior, location, and risk. So what happens if someone tries to log in from a totally new country at 3 a.m.? The system automatically flags it as risky and might demand extra proof of identity. It's like having an intelligent, dynamic bouncer at the door. So what tools do we have in our security toolbox? Well, a whole bunch. And a really strong strategy doesn't just pick one, it layers them. You might use biometrics for your admins, API keys for your automated services, and of course, multi-factor authentication for all your human users. It's a common mistake to just turn on MFA and think you're done. For AI systems, that is just not enough. You need defense in depth. So we've built a fortress, we've designed the locks, now it's time to decide who gets which keys. And we do this using a really powerful framework called Role-Based Access Control, or RBAC. It's all about making sure the right people get the right permissions. And this is the guiding philosophy for all of it. It's often called the principle of least privilege. And it's so simple, but so powerful. You want to give everyone exactly what they need to do their job, but absolutely nothing more. Sticking to this one rule can dramatically shrink your attack surface. And this table here shows you exactly what that looks like in the real world. A data scientist, they can read data and work in the dev environment, but they can't push a model to production. That's the ML engineer's job. A security admin can see and audit everything, but maybe they can't actually change the model code. And your business user, they get to see the results and look at dashboards. And that's it. Every role is specific, and every role is limited. All right, all of this work, all these layers of security, they all lead to protecting the most visible and honestly the most attacked part of your AI system, the API. This is the main gate to your fortress. It's where everyone and everything interacts with your model, and it needs to be bulletproof. And the security for this gateway rests on 4 main pillars. First, you need rock-solid token management. Think of these like digital keys that automatically expire. Second, rate limiting and quotas are a must to stop bad guys from just hammering your system into the ground. Third, using an API gateway centralizes all your security and logging, which makes it way easier to manage. And finally, you have to be constantly monitoring. You've got to track usage so you can spot weird behavior before it turns into a real problem. And a little pro tip here. A lot of people set up the gateway and then forget about it. Real security comes from that active, continuous monitoring. So, if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. Securing your AI isn't about building one single, giant, impenetrable wall. It's about building a fortress with layers of defense. Strong walls, smart gatekeepers, specific keys for specific people, and constant surveillance. It's an active, ongoing strategy, not a one-and-done project. And that really brings us to the final question you need to ask yourself as you're building out these amazing, powerful AI systems. Is your access control strategy part of the core foundation of that architecture? Or is it just an afterthought, something you're planning to bolt on later? Because in this new world of AI security, an afterthought is pretty much the same thing as leaving the front door wide open.